What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I want to talk about an interesting team that has been interesting the past couple seasons, the Dallas Mavericks, with big time guys like Luka and Kristaps. Now, if you're looking at the Mavericks face value, they currently are sitting at 7-4, and to a blind eye you'd say, okay, that's a good start. You know, it's very early in the season, but it's interesting to note that their 7 wins have come against some of the most terrible teams in the league. The Raptors, the Rockets, the Spurs. They did beat the Celtics, and you can make the case that the Celtics are probably going to make the playoffs, be, middle of the pack kind of seed team. But on those 4 losses, they're averaging 20 points for losses. I'm talking about 20 points per game. That is not good for a team that has a superstar like Luka and a good all-star like Kristaps, and it's wary for the early rounds of the season. One of the big things is the three-point shooting. You know, the league today is based off of pick and rolls and three-point shooting, and if you can't do that, you're not really going to make a lot of noise. You can look at teams like the Nets and the Warriors and just look at recent history. Three-point shooting is a big deal. Outside of someone like a DeMar DeRozan, who has made a career off of just basic two-point jump shots, having that mid-range game, you can make the case that the three-point shooting is the most critical thing in the league, and you live and die by it. Now, the Mavericks, they're taking a lot of open shots. They're not really getting a lot of contested threes, so they're getting their open shots and their opportunities. But the problem is that other teams, and I can't blame them, but other teams don't really actually respect the ability of their shooters outside of someone like a Luka or a Kristaps. So if you're defending the Mavericks and you understand that their shooters really can't all that well shoot, you don't really need to guard them. You can deflate the floor and keep Luka out of the way and just wait for the rebound. You know, that can be a game plan that's passed around the league and one way to neutralize the entire team. Another problem is the starting lineup. Kidd was asked if he thought about tinkering with the lineup, but he also makes the point that once the team overall is healthy, they can start to get in that process. I mean, it is a very early part in the season. I believe there's some truth behind having a group of guys get chemistry, get used to playing with each other, certain groups. I mean, that's how they stagger lineups and things like that. But you need to kind of settle this, and Kidd has not had the greatest history as a head coach, so I'm sure there's going to be plenty of eyes on someone like Jason Kidd and whether or not he can manage the lineup with Kristaps and Luka and Tim Hardaway and Dwight Powell and all that stuff. But one thing I do want to mention is Kristaps Porzingis. Now, when you're looking at his game logs, he's having a decent season. He is getting his rebounds and his points, and he's being, I guess, effective on the floor. But I believe this is the 2nd season, maybe the 3rd season. I can't really remember right now. But do you think that the chemistry with him and Luka is necessarily perfect? You know, Kristaps gives me that Anthony Davis vibe where, like, maybe he doesn't really want to play center. Maybe he wants to play the 4 instead of the 5 and just be at the rim and be a rebound guy and a putback guy. And I like his game. I was a big fan of him in New York. I think he was ill-used, and I was a big fan of him and Melo at the same time. I do like the idea because when you have star power like that on the same team in Dallas, you know, things happen. Star power is a big thing, especially in the NBA. But I think you can make the case that maybe it's just not working as well as maybe they would have hoped. Maybe the Mavericks have to look at some of their other pieces and realize that it just isn't quite the fit. I mean, you put together a team in hopes to win a championship, and you're in the Western Conference, and everyone understands that. But they're kind of turning into like Portland, where you just don't have enough. You have the star power, you have the name brand guys, but you don't have the right pieces around them to build that team to really make a run and get past those teams like the Warriors and the Clippers and the Lakers. So What do you guys think about Luka and the current status of the Dallas Mavericks? Make sure you let us know in the comment section below, and we'll see you guys next time.